Hello and welcome to this episode of Cosmic Crow Tarot, where today we're beginning by sharing my obsession with the Deviant Moon Tarot and all of the art of Patrick Valencia. I have this little nook in my desk. It sits right above where my computer is. I've got a big desk. I mean, I can show you really fast. Of all of my tarot decks, well, most of them, because I ran out of room. So there's my unicorn and everything. So you get a little idea of how chaotic my desk is and how I call it organized chaos because, well, you see it. It's kind of organized, but it's kind of chaotic too. But here in this little section is nothing but Patrick Valencia's work. I've got the two Lenormand decks up here. So that one, well, it's upside down, but you've got that one. And we've got this one as well, because I couldn't make up my mind which one I wanted, so I got both of them. And I have a lot of decks like that when it comes to Deviant Moon, because I'm just obsessed, absolutely obsessed with this man's work. Here's the Paradoxical Deviant Moon. Here's the Border Deviant Moon. These are the original Trionfi Della. The paradoxical versions. I don't actually have the original one, but I do have the first edition of the Illustrated Pips edition, as well as the Aquedoxical. Now, the thing about this deck, and this deck, they're all tarot decks. I work with each of them, but they never, ever, ever leave the house because I don't want to ruin them, because this deck, you can't replace it. None of these you can. So we're going to actually work with these decks a little bit today, because the reading that the video I'm going to do for you today involves, this version, not this exact version of this deck, nor this exact version of this deck, but the newest deck in my collection, the Trionfi Della Illustrated Pips Mass Market Edition. This means, yes, that I can actually take this deck with me and share it with everybody at readings. And I am so excited about that. You can tell the differences already. The boxes are obviously different. Even these two boxes are different to an extent. Obviously, aquedoxical, not aquedoxical. And this one is just the regular. The backs, both of these show that card that I love the most in this, because look how much fun they're having. And the flames coming out of that character's butt is one of my favorite things ever, because it's so just honestly stupid. It's so stupid, it's so ridiculous, but it's so fun. It's you find these people that you can be yourself with. Find these people that just, are weird, just like you, and you toast your cups to that. And I just think that's incredible. Does this one have that on the back? No, it doesn't. There is the Knight of Coins. The Knight of Coins is the soldier that puts in that hard work, boring and mundane times, whether they want to or not. You see, he's exhausted. He needs to get out there and have fun. But in order to do that, he has to put in that work. This card is astrologically connected to Virgo, and we have that energy there of, being willing to pay attention to little details and plan. While this one is connected to the second decan of Cancer, the whole energy of this card, like the Rider-Waite-Smith of that card, kind of shows the illustration with the pumpkins coming out, or the pumpkins growing. You can actually harvest them, hence the reason for celebrating. But you've got to put in that hard work and effort first in order to have that celebration. So we have a little tiny reading right here in itself. But today we're going to go through this deck and we're going to see what the cards look like. I've done it with this deck. I believe I've done it with this deck. But this one's new. And this box, the box itself, I wish, again, feel-o-vision would be so cool. I would love if that was a thing. Just like smell-o-vision. Hey, smell this. It smells amazing. Hey, feel this. It feels amazing. Same kind of concept. But this box is more smooth, whereas these two are very, very shiny. I don't know how to explain that any better. I don't know if the sound sounds different. They all sound a little bit different, yeah, if you heard that. But we're going to set these two aside. Maybe look through each of them a little bit, too, to show, the differences and things there, or the similarities, because I assume the decks, the illustrations are going to be about the same. Well, that's why I want it, because I love the illustrations in this deck, and I want to be able to share it with others. Do those face-to-face readings and actually have the deck. Got the deck right here. Ooh, and it even comes with a little book. These decks do not come with the little books. So the little white book, I love the little white books. It gives you insight into what the person was thinking when they created the decks. Deviant Moon Tarot, there's a hardcover guidebook for that available. I think it's around $20. I cannot guarantee that. I already have my handy dandy scissors ready to open the box, but I did not have it to open the plastic there. Problem solved, though. Handy dandy scissors always come in handy, which is the reason we call them handy and dandy. Yes, there we have the deck. Now, off of first sight, I notice a big difference here. See, this, the backs, they're very much like the Trionfi Della, but this is blue. Now, I'm going to open this deck and show you right off how different, I guess it is. It's not that different. But there, see? Already different. Because you've got the red, you've got the blue. And I believe this one is that Aquadoxical. Yeah, this one is the Aquadoxical version. So you've got that one too. So we have the same illustrations, but 3 different colors of it. I personally love that, yes. My husband thinks I'm nuts because I collect tarot decks. I mean, I even kind of see myself as nuts because this and this and this are like the same. But you like what you like. You get what you get. And then, you know, this one I can actually share because it's able to be bought again if something bad happens. Kind of like that time I put my tarot cards in the ocean and they all got swam away. Or they all got eaten by the ocean and floated away and I couldn't get them back. So, you know, you need something that you can replace if need be. Now in here, I'm just going to flip through here really fast. I don't know if this one is the one that has it or not. The first editions of these, like the ones that you can't replace very easily, they actually had 7 different illustrations of the devil. I'm not sure if this one does or not. See that real quick. I'm not really trying to show you the illustrations on this deck per se. You know, we have that coming up. We've got that devil. That devil. I think that's death. Yeah, that's death. And I just kind of stopped talking there as I did that because I was like focusing on the devil, you know. I think it's so interesting that like he took the time to make all of these different devils and illustrations there because, you know, it's kind of weird when you read like with these cards because there's so many different illustrations of the devil, but there's so many different versions that the devil can take and grasp us with. So we've got, yeah, I think I have enough there to kind of prove the point, and I'm not sure if they'll be in the yeah, that's Judgment. I'm not sure if they'll actually be in the deck either, like in the other ones, so that's why I was like pulling them out. So I could show you those, because I think they're really cool that they added all of those in there. More towers. I think there's 2. There's House of God and Tower in this deck. So you have 2 of those as well, because there's different versions of that can come too. And they're upside down, but there is the lightning. So that is another version of the Tower. Things we cannot control that are out of our grasp. But I just, as I go through this deck, I'm reminded why I wanted this deck. Like, the colors of this deck are absolutely gorgeous, are they not? The way the pinks and the blues and the greens and the teals is just beautiful. And there is that card on the back that I love so much. But yeah, I think I got all the devils out of this one. So I'm going to set it up here out of view. Put those right there. And we're going to go through this one as quickly as I possibly can so that we can see if there's like the 7 devils in there, because I'm really curious. I'm really curious if they actually put all the devils in the next one too. Yeah, so bear with me. I'm showing you the different illustrations and stuff of these really fast, and you know, those comments of I couldn't actually see what you're showing. There was a point to that. I wasn't really showing you it, you know, just talking, musing about the awesomeness that is. Like, how gorgeous is that devil? Yeah, like, you know, that one's cool. But, you know, musing about my love for Patrick Valencia's work and the arts and everything, and why, you know, I had to have this other version of this so I can actually share it with people and do the readings with it, because there's just nothing like the work of Patrick Valencia and the Deviant Moon universe. They're just gorgeous, and so many devils in this deck. Like, I think I might have missed one in the other one, but it's okay. It's okay. You get the idea. Almost there. Yeah, okay. I'm going to set these up there, and now we will focus on this new deck, on this Deviant Moon, Patrick Valencia, Trionfi Della Illustrated Pips, the newest thing from US Games. Yes, US Games creates such amazing decks, and they also share bookmarks with you right now. So that is an illustration from one of their decks. It actually tells you which one it is right there on the back, the Magical Hours Tarot, and it gives you a little QR code. So, you know, they have those little advertisements for decks right there for you to purchase after you get the deck that you just purchased. Okay, we've actually got the deck going now, and I'm going to slow down and actually show you the illustrations. We've got the little devils over here. I guess this is my vice and my addiction is buying tarot decks and the art of Patrick Valencia. we've all got our things, right? There is the Fool in this deck. Like, how cool is that Fool? He's got power coming out of his butt, too. Fun times. And followed by the Magician. The Magician, you know, the Fool takes his leap. The Magician is next, and there is that Magician. Followed by my absolute all-time favorite illustration of the High Priestess. It's this beauty right here. Look at all that wisdom and everything underneath of her, all those books and in the flames, because she loves it. She has that passion for learning, and everything that she learns gives her that strong intuition and knowledge. And I just think this is the most gorgeous, amazing High Priestess that has ever been created. I absolutely adore it. The Empress, very cool too. It gives me like Alice in Wonderland vibes, because she's got like the stork or the flamingo or whatever that bird is right there hooked to her. She's even got two faces and stuff instead of the big head like the Queen of Hearts of Alice in Wonderland, but it's just such a cool illustration. There is nothing quite like Patrick Valencia and his work. It's just incredible. Like, all of this is based on the Marseille style tarot from the earlier centuries, like before Rider-Waite-Smith came out. So they're very like royalty and things like that, but it's weird as can be at the same time, and I'm freaking obsessed with it. Like, how just fun it is. Like, check out that Hierophant. Please save us, please save us. No, and the Hierophant even looks like a monkey. So that's a cool little take on that. I love that. Yes. The Lovers follows the Hierophant, and there is the Lovers, you know, you fall in love with who you fall in love with, and you face those inner demons too, you know, come to love yourself. I think the Lovers of the tarot, you know, we think about that external love, we think about listening to our hearts, but there's also that self-love too, and you know, you're loving that inner demon and that inner devil and bringing that out so that you can truly love who you are inside and out. And when you do, you can take your weird self out for a drive and, you know, overcome the obstacles that stand in your way of success. You can move forward and have that strength to be fair and balanced to yourself, because, again, this is the Marseille style tarot. Therefore, 8 of this deck is justice, not strength. We'll meet strength in a minute. But just how gorgeous is this strength card? I love the gold. I love the blue. It's just absolutely beautiful the way she's focused on that. She's staring at the scales and saying, you know, I have that internal strength. I love myself. I've overcome the obstacles, and now life is going to be more fair to me because I believe I'm worthy of it. So there is that illustration, followed by the Hermit. There is the Hermit, who gives me major ET vibes, you know. Phone home, I think that was like the one finger there, or the 2 fingers there. He's got the 2 fingers right there. So, you know, learning from this experience of the past, all of that knowledge and wisdom with us, so that we can take control, spend that time in solitude, and learn what we want to do as we spin the wheel and begin the next chapter. There is the Wheel of Fortune. Fun, whimsical thing again. Dude at the top is very calm, while the other 2 are like, wee, this is fun. So they, you know, stay calm and collected as we take that knowledge and spin the wheel and begin the next chapter of our stories. Now, the Wheel of Fortune, you know, you spin that wheel, you begin the next chapter. You got to have that strength, that wisdom. And now think back to that Lovers card that we saw a few moments ago. That Lovers card, you know, had the woman, the pretty woman, with the little demon guy right there. And now the pretty woman has become the demon. So she's like found one, she's found wholeness, she's found completeness, she's found that internal strength, and she's taking control. This one is 11, so you have all those experiences of the past, all those beginnings, allowing you to have beginnings again. So personally, the more I work with the tarot, and the more I am in love with the Deviant tarot. So like I kind of adapted to this a little bit more, so that I like this version, like strength is 11 and justice is 8, more than I think I like justice is 11 and strength is 8. But that's just a personal thing. It's to each their own. Strength in this deck is followed by the Hangman. I love this illustration. I love all the illustrations. Who am I talking about? But the Hangman right there, like how fun it is and everything. The serpent wrapped around him. It's like taking that time, that wisdom and everything coming into your head so that you can have what you need to create the life you want. Now, when you create the life you want, a lot of times you have to let go of what no longer serves you. So there is the Death card of the tarot. And it's interesting too, like I've noticed this, and you know, 13, we all know that's death of the major arcana, but there's no actual word death down here. Now you see Temperance here, and every card that we've met so far has that word, but here we don't. We don't need it. See, everything is getting left behind, getting kicked out. And we're kicking out something new. So we have new beginnings coming, and all of those new beginnings, take what we've learned in the past so we can apply that knowledge to the here and now. So there is temperance, beautiful, again, illustration of temperance. I like the elephant back there in the background. That's a cool little addition you might not notice any other time. And it's like the wisdom that an elephant has. And you think of like just saying an elephant never forgets. There's the elephant reminding us don't forget the past, because that past can help us move forward. Temperance is followed by the devil. This is when we find out if there's more than just one devil. This is the devil apparently we have chosen, because look, there's the tower. So no, there is only one devil in here, whereas these decks have, I think, 7 devils in them. So devil is only one in this deck. That is interesting in itself, but that's cool because when you're reading for other people, like face to face and stuff like that, or even doing like remote readings or anything like that, you don't necessarily want 7 devils, because that's 7 more chances, 6 more chances than usual of the devil like coming up. So you know, like you have the present future advice reading. If you have a complete chance of the present being the devil, the future being the devil, excuse me, and the advice being the devil, then you flip it over and you're at the bottom of the deck, and that's the devil too. So it's better that it's actually not here, because it makes more sense to read with, I think. But this is an awesome illustration of the devil. It's so cool. I love how the characters are there like chained and everything, and it's like they're trapped by those vices and addictions. But they can easily snap that. Look how like light those chains are. It looks like it's easy. If they pull, they can easily free themselves from that. So there is the devil in the tarot, followed by the tower of the tarot. And this is such a just fun. The colors in this deck are so much fun, and it looks so old too with those backgrounds, so it's really beautiful. There is the tower. You know, no one likes the tower when it falls. No one likes the tower to come up, but when it's gone, when you're able to look back and see what went wrong, see what you can learn from it, that, my friends, is when the hope comes, the power comes, and the star comes. So there is the star, and even her head, her side, it's all funky, it's all weird, and that's the beauty of Patrick Valencia's work. It's like, be weird, be proud, dare to be different. That's what gives you that star power. Like even her foot is getting eaten by a fish, and she doesn't care because she's focused on that hope of a better time. So there is the star. Beautiful, weird, freaky star that I hope comes up in readings when I read for people. Like, seriously, if you want a reading with this deck, please comment on this video, message me on the socials, or book one directly on my website, because I want to work with this deck. It's awesome. It's awesome. There is the moon, the moon's dreams and subconscious. So there's that little child dragon horn thing, dreaming, sitting in the ocean of emotion, deciding what he wants to do with his dreams. So awesome illustration there. There's seriously so much to go off of with this deck, and we're just kind of slipping right through showing you the illustration. So I'm kind of doing a reading with it, but then again, I'm not really. Next up, we have the sun, and I love the dual energy here, because it's like the twins and taking that light and dark and putting it together. And you think childhood enjoyment, when you had that sibling, you had that best friend that was there to do all those fun, enjoyable things with you. Life did feel a lot more happy and positive, didn't it? So there is the sun, followed by judgment. Here is judgment. Crazy, weird judgment, but oh wow, like the illustration, like see the flames and everything. This kind of screams to me what I love about judgment. Other people, like take the astrological correspondence to judgment. It's my personal favorite astrological correspondent because it's Pluto. Now, Pluto in the sky in astrology, it's the planet of rebellion. It's the planet of transformation. It's the planet of revolution, most likely. That's the generational things coming. That's the power of change and transformation in the sky. Now, once upon a time, years and years ago, we remember, like growing up, Pluto was very much one of these planets. There were 9 planets in the sky that everybody talked about. And then one day, the scientists said, no, Pluto is not a planet. It's too small. It's a dwarf planet. But you know what? I have a bad habit of making planets have personal, like people qualities, personal qualities, or things like that. So here it is. Pluto doesn't care what the scientists think. Pluto doesn't care if no one thinks they're good enough or they think they're crazy. Pluto is still the planet of revolution, still the planet of change, still the planet of transformation. So judgment tells us don't care what anybody else thinks. Don't let their judgments of us make us think that we aren't good enough. Embrace those flames. Embrace that power. Believe in our own worth, and we have the power to change our stories, to transform our stories, to revolutionize our lives because we judge ourselves fairly. Yes, I don't need to do any more readings. That's my favorite meaning of judgment and the power that it has. Because when you see that, when you see your worth, when you see you judge yourself fairly and you see your power and potential. That, my friends, is when you can find the success of the world. There is the world. So here we are at the completion of the major arcana. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful illustrations. And then it seems we go backwards through the sequence. That's interesting. Because we start with the King of Swords. There is the King of Swords, followed by the Queen, but beautiful illustration there, like that power and everything. The blood hanging from that, you had to end some things. You had to find some things to let go of in order to trust that mind and lead with logic. Think of the Vulcans of the Star Trek universe. They had to turn off their emotions because of all those passions, crimes of passions that they had. So all that gone, you can trust logic to lead you. The Queen of Swords is one that has known much, much pain in her life, and those experiences have made her stronger. You see, she's looking towards that sadness and everything, but those flames behind her, those flames show the potential she has moving forward. And that little bird says, hey, turn around, focus on the new. What's gone is gone, and you can learn those lessons to take that knowledge with you, trust your mind, and lead with confidence. Queens are always related to 14 of the major arcana because that's their number, so that is very much temperance, taking that knowledge of the past and applying it to the future. Yes, this is interesting that we're going backwards here. I've never actually done that before, so the fact that the box was like put in backwards, it's making my head work backwards. Fun times. Knight of Swords is right there. He's ready for whatever life throws at him. He's the knight, not afraid of chaos, and embraces it and relishes in it. The illustration is gorgeous. Like his armor, that is such cool armor, isn't it? Yes. Page of Swords precedes the Knight of Swords in the sequence, and there is the Page of Swords, taking his sword ready to snap off the dragon serpent's little leg right there. So cool illustration again. Useful information. What he learns from that experience can give him what he needs to move forward. Ten of Swords is right here, and that's in the box, so it's very representative. I feel like Patrick Valencia must like to make the Ten of Swords like you're trapped in a box, which kind of makes sense when all those like negative things come into your mind and everything and making you worry. You feel like you're trapped, because this is similar to that of the actual Deviant Moon Tarot, because the character is still in a box, but you actually see the inside of the box. Here we see the outside. So, kind of little nod to that, but very different at the same time. So there is the Ten of Swords, preceded by the Nine of Swords. Those things in your mind, those worries, those nightmares and stuff, keeping you awake at night because you've experienced a lot. Instead of having that confidence, like the hermit does, to shine a light on that darkness, you're letting that darkness overwhelm you with this card. You feel like trapped by the prisoner of your mind, by all those negative thoughts, which is the Eight of Swords energy right there. So you've got all those like bandages and stuff being held to those swords. So it's a little bit more difficult to find that success and wealth of the 8 because you feel trapped like a prisoner of your mind. Maybe that's because of all the people that have stolen your confidence in the past. You felt confident at a point, but after time, people taking advantage of you, those obstacles you face with the 7, you don't trust your intuition as much as you should, when you should have found that peace and harmony and let go of the past. What I really love about the Deviant Moon universe and Patrick Valencia's work is like the Rider-Waite-Smith of the Six of Swords illustrations and so many of the other ones, they show more than one character. But in Patrick Valencia's work, it's always one character. You have to trust yourself. You have to have that confidence. Yes, it's okay to get guidance and assistance from other people because sometimes we need it. But at the end of the day, it's our lives, our stories, and we have to have that power to change those mindsets, to take control, to move forward and love who we are in the present, to overcome the obstacles that await us. Yes, there is the Six of Swords, preceded by the Five of Swords. This is the victor or victim card, and that card definitely has victim vibes, doesn't it? Life just overwhelms us, so we don't feel like we can overcome anything, and those minds are working against us. We have to change those mindsets to find that peace and harmony, so we can find that confidence and steal back our confidence. We don't feel like prisoners in our lives, and let all the lies, all the nightmares keep us awake at night. Yeah, going forward here. Kind of difficult to read these backwards, but fun nonetheless. How cool is this Four of Swords, the card of rest and reflection? How fun is that? I love that illustration. Yes. This deck is just so much fun to read with, so much fun to work with. I cannot wait to actually share this with people because it's so much fun and it's so weird and it's so freaky. So I know there's going to be people out there that don't like it, But again, to each their own. There's decks out there I don't like. You know, that's why there's different illustrations in different decks, because you don't get these illustrations. You know, everything is different. The different illustrations you have different give you different meanings. That sword, the sword's in his heart and everything. You know, you're letting your heart out. Your heart is broken. It's betrayal. But that 3 reminds us there's so much to create from that pain when we open ourselves up to it. And that's exactly what this illustration is saying. 2 of Swords, the card of indecisiveness and taking that time to look within, is this illustration right here, and it's very beautiful. Like, there's so much royalty and medievalism to this deck, and I just absolutely love it. Here we are at the Ace of Swords. When in doubt, pinky out. Yes, SpongeBob taught us that, right? When he was going to Sandy Squirrel's house, yes, and her bubble, you know, I think Patrick's the one that said, when in doubt, pinky out. And that's always what I think of when I see that card and I see that pinky coming out with that drop of blood. You know, all those experiences and stuff give us that power to find success with our ideas when we trust ourselves. The King of Cups is the next card we will meet in this deck. Here is the King of Cups holding his cup up, saying what makes your heart sing. So you can follow it and let it lead you, because all of those times in the past, you've held that cup out. You found happiness for other people. You let them, you know, take your energy and everything to make sure that they were happy. But look how big her cup is. It's time to find what brings her joy as well. Talk about someone that knows what makes his heart sing. That's the soldier of the suit of happiness and fulfillment and love and joy and all of that, the Suit of Cups. You know, he's a soldier with his cup out, ready to see whatever makes his heart sing and ready to follow that heart wherever it might lead. And of course, the Page of Cups, which this is like the coolest, funniest, weirdest Page of Cups ever, because they're always like young children and they're always like happy holding that cup. But no, this one reminds us that too much of a good thing might turn out not to be a good thing. So it's like overindulging in all that joy and everything. So you wouldn't get that in any other tarot deck, but this one right here for that meaning, you know. Enjoy those things that make you enjoy life. Embrace that inner child, but don't do it so much that it makes you physically ill. So that's kind of like the illustration that I see right there. 10 of Cups precedes the Page of Cups, and there is the Happy Family card of the tarot. Again, absolutely beautiful. The 9 of Cups, like the Page of Cups we met a moment ago, is very much a card of indulgence. Again, too much of a good thing might not be a good thing. Look at the illustration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cups. It's the 9 of Cups. It's the wish card of the tarot. Where is the other cup? It's in here. It's in there because you've had all these experiences. And it's time to take those experiences, let go of what no longer serves you. You know, 9 energy there, and learn the lessons it has to teach you, so that you know you can trust your intuition trust your gut feelings to make your wishes come true in the here and now. So there is the 9 of Cups, preceded by the 8 of Cups. I wish I could do voices with this deck, because it's like, hoo-hoo, you know, move forward, leave behind the past, and smell the roses moving forward. I feel like there's like a medieval British accent there that could be done, but they're all stacked up nicely, and he's moving forward there, ready for happier, better times. You know, he's leaving the rain behind and finding that day in the sun. So beautiful illustration there. Yeah, like the Marseille style tarots that Patrick Valencia has created in the past. They're still absolutely gorgeous decks, but the illustrated is just so much easier to read with, because they actually have illustrations. It's not just like 7 of Cups here, 7 cups on a screen, or on a card or illustration there. No, you have different potential there, different ideas. Some of them might be too good to be true, which is where the obstacles lie. But when you take that time to look at all of them individually, look at all of them in detail, you can decide which one of those makes the most sense. Leave behind the other ones, you know, leave behind is the next card in the sequence with the 8 of Cups, and, you know, make those wishes come true that you have, and, you know, have the life that you want. So there is the 7 of Cups, very illustrated, very much information in it. 6 of Cups, the card of nostalgia. How beautiful is this card? Yes, I just love that illustration. You know, 6 of Cups is the card of reflecting on the past, not getting stuck in it, nostalgia, so we can learn to love ourselves, forgive ourselves, and create lives that we love and enjoy. So there is the 6 of Cups, preceded by the 5 of Cups, the card of crying over spilled milk. And there the character is very much doing that exact thing, only it's not milk, it's water. They're all underneath that ocean of emotion. And in this illustration, there's 1. And I love the fact that there's 1 there. Like everything you've lost, everything that has brought you down, has the potential to give you something else. When you're able to change that mindset, there's the 5, change and transformation. So you can change your mindset and fill that other cup up. That potential for the future is all there when you take the time to learn from those experiences and change that mindset and let go of the pain of the past. So beautiful, very informative and detailed illustration right there. 4 of Cups is the card of boredom, as I like to see it. There are the 3 cups, you know, been there, done that, meh, I'm over it now. And there's that spirits up there, that potential there with the Ace of Cups again, showing, you know, if you let go of that boredom and you focus, you know, turn your mind away from that, see yourself as that strong foundation, you can take that and do something with it and create a strong foundation you truly love and enjoy. 3 of Cups, we met that card a little bit ago when we got the boxes out. Example, there is the 3 of Cups, and we have it on the other one too, but I'm not going to get it. But there is the actual card of that, and again, it's just so much fun, isn't it? That illustration, I absolutely adore it. It's just weird and fantastic and wonderful, you know? Find those people that when you fart, they laugh. Those are the people that make life just more enjoyable. Those ones just accept us for our weirdness and our wonderfulness. Like, those are the people that make life worth living. And I love, love, love that. 3, you know, creativity and creation itself. You find those people that just, we can toast our cups up. We can create something with them, perhaps. Kind of like the 2 of Cups, the card of emotionally fulfilling partnerships. We find that one that fills our cup up and brings us joy. We can absolutely start collaborating with them and creating something with them. But of course, you know, there's that 2 energy, the High Priestess, all alone in her library of passion and fire. She has that partnership with her higher self. She trusts herself. So just as much as we put ourselves out there for external love, we have to find that internal love as well. So there is the 2 of Cups. And to complete the minor arcana suit of cups, here is the Ace of Cups. A beautiful fountain there. Isn't that gorgeous? It's like telling you, you know, take that idea and you can manifest something amazing with it. But it's up to you to take it and make it. Yes. King of Wands is the next card we meet. This card's a bit strange. I love it, but it's just weird. Like, look, what's this about? This weird, no hands or anything little figure right here just floating in the ocean. I'm going to have to, like, muse or meditate on that so I can decide what that means. But cool, illustration of the King of Wands nonetheless. You see how his head is, like, looking back, looking at that past, looking at that devil. Actually, this is cool, just the way it's sitting. Like, he's infatuated with her, isn't he? She is beautiful. That's why I kind of left her there. But yeah, he's kind of looking there like, that's my next conquest. Yeah, that's my next passion. So there is the King of Wands. The Queen of Wands, this is probably my favorite illustration of the King of Wands, or Queen of Wands too. See all those voices, all those things that were past, all those things telling her she wasn't good enough? She's not listening. She's pointing towards the future. She's focused on it. See that? She's got her pinky out while she's holding that wand and she's letting her passion lead her. I love this. Like, that illustration is so much empowerment, so much inspiration about it. Don't listen to others. Follow your own path. Believe in yourself. You know, love yourself. Put yourself out there and follow your passion. You're going to create a life that you're passionate about. Absolutely gorgeous. Knight of Wands, the card that precedes the King of Wands, or Queen of Wands. It precedes the King of Wands too, but the Queen sits there. Knight of Wands is right there. The soldier that follows his passion, but he can be known to be very, very flighty. You know, like, he's got his wand there. He's got his spikes on there. He's ready for whatever. But at the you know, at any given moment, that fire might turn for something else, and he might lose sight. So, you know, soldier on towards what you're passionate about. But don't get distracted and focus on something else before you achieve your goal with your passion. That's the energy of the Knight of Wands. Page of Wands, reaching for that wand, you know, potential, beginnings. That 11 energy there shows that power. You know, when we're fair to ourselves, we find that internal strength and learn from those experiences. We can begin whatever we want to begin. We haven't reached the goal yet, but we have that focus and that dedication, and we absolutely can, because we've let go. We've let go of all the things that have overwhelmed us. See, all of those wands, not a single one of them is burning. So that's a really, really cool attention to detail here, because, you know, there's blood on that one, so blood on all the bottom ones. But, you know, the wands themselves have nothing anymore. So why are we still holding on to them in this illustration? It's letting it go so we can focus on something new. So that is awesome. This is actually really interesting, the way that I'm doing this. I really enjoy it, because it's like, it's just helping me grow at the same time, and it's maybe helping you too, because None of this serves you anymore. It's just bringing you down. The sun's boiling down on you. You thought this is what you're passionate about, but it's not. So let it go. Nine of Wands is the card of looking over your shoulder, as I like to see it. Wondering when the next shoe is going to fall. There is the Nine of Wands. There's all those passions you took in the past, all the times you bled for what you were passionate about. It's time to take one. It's time to let go of that past. Learn those lessons. Hermit energy with the 9 right there. Learn those lessons so we can move forward with confidence. Yes, there is the 9 of Wands. 8 of Wands is life moving quickly because we found what we're passionate about. Can be overwhelming at times too. And there's all those wands moving forward because we found what we're passionate about. Found what we're passionate about because we overcame the obstacles, found that confidence, didn't care what anybody else thought, stood for what we believed in. So that is just a fun, crazy, devilish looking illustration of the 7 of Wands. Even the 6 of Wands, here's the 6 of Wands, looks kind of devilish and crazy right there because, you know, he's sitting there devilish again and everybody's like looking at him. So it's like we found those passions. People appreciate those passions. But when we came up with the new passion, they all turned against us. So that's kind of like a cool little leadway there that you don't get in other decks per se. I guess, yeah, you do, because like the 6 of Wands followed by the 7 of Wands is always that kind of energy. People are following you. People are worshiping you. People are proud of you. Then you move right to that 7 of Wands in the sequence. And the 7 of Wands is like everybody's turning against you. So even if you're like the leader and people appreciate you one moment, the next moment they might not. So it's important to always appreciate yourself. Yes. 5 of Wands, you know, those are all the people fighting against you, immaturity and everything like that. And look again, like the 9 of Wands. Or was it? No, it was the 10 of Wands. It was the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands, and none of those wands were burning. Here they aren't either. It's like you lose focus. You have the wrong mindset, and you're focused on that immaturity and the negativity and everything. So the passion isn't really burning because you're so focused on the negativity. So that's a cool little nod to that card and a nice little reflection that you get from it. 4 of Wands. Beautiful illustration, right? That house and everything, the strong foundation that you're passionate about. I like the fact that there's no people in it. Usually, you know, there's like the man and woman and they're coming together because it's like a strong foundation you're passionate about can create a wedding or some other form of celebration. Here it's the house with the 4 wands. It says you've already done that. You know, it could just be you creating that strong foundation that you're passionate about, seeing yourself as that strong foundation. All those wands connected together shows all of those feelings connected within because you trust yourself and love yourself. So beautiful, beautiful illustration there. Personal favorite card of the tarot is up next that precedes the 4 is the 3. It's making the choice to follow that passion, being your weird, freaky, amazing self and letting that freak flag fly. So not only can you create the life that you're passionate about, you inspire others to do so too. I love the 3 of Wands for that exact reason. And you see all those 3 wands there with the blooms on it. They're not quite to this point yet, but you make the choice to create it, and it absolutely can happen. Yes, the 2 of Wands is that card of choices. There we have that illustration right there. You know, he's looking at it. He's deciding what he wants to do. There isn't 2 wands here. It's a very focused, and it's even starting to bloom. So it's, well, he has the 1. So we do have those 2 wands right there, and it's even cut. So he's got this passion he already has, but his gut feeling is telling him he wants something else. So it's very much the card of choices. Should you stay? Should you go? Should you let go of what you've already got going on so you can focus on something new? That is the energy I get from that illustration. Then, of course, there's the when in doubt, pinky out of the Ace of Wands. Excuse me, I just bit my tongue. Ace of Wands right here. You know, take that wand. Do something with it. The potential is there. You are the one that has to create it, though. Yes. King of Coins. We are on the suit of coins now, and then we will be done with the tarot for the day of like looking through the deck. And, you know, we'll do a reading with this deck coming up. I'm not going to do it today. Maybe a card. We'll see. I don't know. But there is the King of Coins holding his coin, holding his doll. So he's still having fun, enjoying the fruits of his labor and everything, and he's very focused. I've got this. I've achieved this. The Queen of Coins, she is the card that precedes that card. So there is that illustration, and I love the kind of energy that Patrick Valencia brings to the Queens of Coins of his decks, because it's like they have what they want. And other people, like this one's a little bit different. Like the Deviant Moon Tarot, like the children all have their heads down and the queen's like, look at my money. No, this one, it's like, I have the coin. I'm focused on, like, you can't have it. But the things underneath only want the food. So it's always like the Queen of Coins in the Patrick Valencia universe, Deviant Moon universe. never really knows what the other people want. So that's kind of a little interesting take there. But there is the Queen of Coins, preceded by that sleepy, look at him and yawn yourself, right? Because that work is boring and mundane in order to create that money and that success, right? That was the back of the deck in this version of the Trionfi Della illustrated pips. But you have the coin there, focused, dedication, putting in that work and effort. Oh, and getting that good night's rest is right there too, so you can put in that work and effort. And then, of course, preceded by the Page of Coins. There's the Page of Coins, the snitch from, that's what it's called, right? The snitch from Harry Potter, going after that, then the game's over. Focused on that coin with the wings, trying to catch it so you can find that success and wealth of the king. 10 of Coins. 10 of Coins is the card of generations of family coming together to celebrate, like a family reunion or something. But I always like to see it as, the experiences, the past lives, the blood that flows through our veins and the generations that have come before us. Give us that knowledge and wisdom to spin the wheel and begin the next chapter of our stories. There's the elder Patrick Valencia Deviant Moon grandfather person, giving the coin to the other people. That wisdom and experiences of the past can help us find the wealth in the here and now. Yes, beautiful illustration. Not quite as beautiful as this one, though. No, when I first did the unboxing for the original one, I think I went crazy a little bit for this illustration right here. Like, how gorgeous is this Nine of Coins? I almost said Nine of Coins now. 9 of Coins. Like, all that work, all that hard work, all of that wisdom and everything she has learned from that time in solitude has given her the ability to buy whatever she wants, and she has bought herself a freaking gorgeous outfit right there. Like, how beautiful is that? I love that. 8 of Coins, that hard work she put in, that hard work and efforts that she put in to find that money and that wealth. And there is that illustration right there. That dude is very much hard at work collecting all of those coins. 7 of Coins, the 7 of Pentacles, having patience with the process as you work to grow it. And again, the colors in this illustration are gorgeous. I absolutely love that. The 7, overcoming obstacles, having patience with the process and everything. And that process, just enjoy it, look at it, appreciate it. That's very much that card that I see right here, and it's just absolutely beautiful. She's appreciating it. Ooh, how lovely everything is. It's not time to harvest it, it's just time to appreciate it. Don't give up. Appreciate how far that you've come in your life, how hard you've worked. To appreciate what you've achieved already can help you find that dedication to work for what you want, purchase what you want, learn from the experiences of the past, and begin something new and focus on it. Yes, there is the 7 of Coins, preceded by the 6 of Coins, the sharing is caring card. How weird and funky is this illustration? I love it. It's so weird. And he's got all those coins. Some of them he's not willing to give. Other ones he is for this. Like, they're in a tiny, tiny pool of water, and that little fishy needs help, and he's willing to help. See, even his head has the water dripping that can keep that fishy alive. There's the pyramid in the back that makes you wonder why the fish is even there, because it's the middle of the desert. Yes, beautiful illustration. Hard, down on your luck financially, feeling like down on yourself. 5, the change and transformation card of the suit of pentacles or coins. Coins, it's called because it's the Marseille Tarot. I just have it in my head all the time that it's pentacles. But you had the 5 pentacles up there. You have the character there. And perhaps that's why the fish is now over here, because they've went across seas. They've tried to find better times, and they've left behind this situation to try to find help. So there is that 5 of Coins with that illustration that very much shows down in your luck financially, but change of mindset can help change the situation. There's that 5 energy. 4 of Coins is this illustration right here. Creepy as can be, dastardly, strange, all of that. Because look at that hooded figure in the background. Yes, that could be seen as death incarnate, death itself. You're so focused on those financial things that you don't really live. You see money as the only way you can have a strong foundation. Yes, we need money to survive, especially in this day and age. But there's more important things than money, You can't take all of it with you when you go. And that's kind of the energy that I see with this 4 of Coins. So interesting, definitely. See yourself as that strong foundation. Save a little money for here and now, but don't worry so much about it. My Facebook, my personal profile on my Facebook page says, never take life too seriously. No one gets out alive. And I just kind of see that in this illustration, so focused on those material things, we don't actually live. Yes, beautiful illustration. Interesting illustration at the very least. 3 of coins, that card of collaboration. You have those 2 characters right there. It's like father and son, hard at work on that final coin, getting that new idea to collaborate, to take our ideas and do something with them. So there is the 3 of coins, followed or preceded because we were going backwards here, with the 2 of coins. And whimsical to say the least. Yes, like everything's crazy and fun, like not really fun, like see how bad the ship is, like going over the waves and everything, all the ships. There is even an octopus, squid, serpent thing right there ready to cause danger, but no, this dude does not care. He's got 1 coin up here, 1 coin up here. This is the stuff he's already got going on, all the balance and everything he has. This is the new idea, and he's confident that he has what it takes to do it. So he's got even that wand, that Triton, I think is what it's called. He's got that right there, trident. That's it. Oh, and look there, he's got his pinky out too. So he does have a little bit of doubt, but he's got his pinky out. So he's confident in everything, and he has what it takes to succeed. He's got that balance act going on because he trusts his intuition and has made the choice to start something new while balancing what he's already got. Yes, because he had a new idea, a new potential, a new thought, which is the ace of coins right there. There is that illustration, the beauty, the potential, and everything that can come from it when we take that idea and run with it. Patrick Valencia has been doing that for years now, because I believe the first deck he ever found, if I remember this correctly, was when he was like 8 or 9 years old at a mall. And he begged his parents to buy it for him, and it was a Marseille-style deck. And he didn't just read with it. He took it home, and he drew illustrations based on those. And that's what we see today. If he hadn't found that deck, if he hadn't picked it up and started inspiring him, we wouldn't have the beautiful, beautiful illustrations and the work of the Deviant Moon universe in Patrick Valencia's mind to enjoy and play with today. Yes, to inspire our own. So yes, do I have 3 different versions of this deck? I absolutely do. Do I regret it? I absolutely don't. You know, I'm not going to take this one out to show other people. I'm not going to let this one leave the house to show other people. I'll do readings with them, obviously. Like I will, you know, remote readings, like you're watching this, I can do a video like that, and I'll use either one of these 2, or we can use the new one. That's cool too, because it's pretty. Yes, but there is the box. So the box actually is probably prettier with the moon illustration right there, but it's, you know, it's still the same deck, I guess, but you know, you can share it with other people. You can replace it if you need to. So that is the Trionfi Della Luna Illustrated Pips edition by US Game System, created by Patrick Valencia. This is the paradoxical version that is 333, so you know it's a first edition. 333 on this one too. Can you see that? Yeah, kind of. 333 first editions of those that will not be leaving the house ever because I do not want to get them damaged. They're, you know, they're used, but only I actually touch them, so no offense to anybody. But if you want a reading with any of these decks or any of the decks in my collection, I know I did show you that tarot nook of all my Patrick Valencia Deviant Moon Universe decks that I'm running out of room in because it's only so big. But all of those decks are available for readings. All of the decks in my collection really are. So if you want a reading, then again, feel free to comment on this video, message me on the socials, or book one directly on my website. All of that information will be in the link below. As always, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again in the next one.